welcome, my peeps, my peoples. What's good? What's going on? What's happening? Like, what's going on? Peep Squad is in the building. Hit that like button. We're about to talk about Love and Hip Hop New York Season 9, Episode 8. I don't know what you think about this. It ain't all that grandeur. It's kind of wiggity, wiggity, whack. So, who's up? Who's up in the building? So, let's get this started. Okay, so we're gonna get this started. Let me just see, make sure. I don't know. So we got that. We got that on and cracking. So let's get started. Please hit that like button for the Peep Squads. Hit the like button so we can bring this platform all the way to the top, baby. To the top, baby. Hit that like button. Comment and subscribe. Share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated, for real, for real. It's just like, yo. So let's get started off. Let's start off with, Nya Lee. She is, artist development. And she's developing, Sydney Starr. And it's just like Sydney Starr is getting a bad rep. It ain't nobody's business. Everybody's saying her music's trash. She's garbage. She don't sound good. They just dissing her. You got Nya talking about her clothes is terrible. Her clothes is, it's whatever. I don't really look at her clothes like that. Does she look all right? The dress that, Nya gave her to try on last episode was cool. It was a good looking dress or whatever. And, even Jonathan, when Jonathan met up with, Sydney Starr, and basically he was like, you got that Cardi B talent, because she said she wanted to be Cardi B, and she got on top of that boy. Jonathan was like, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. It just seems like they got Sydney Starr on this show to really just to embarrass herself, or for them to make fun of her and poke fun of her music, her rapping style, her rapping skills. I'm just like, damn. So, but at the end of the day, Sydney Starr is still a man. She has a penis. And, she shouldn't be bucking and jumping at Nya Lee. And Nya Lee should not be talking down to her, or talking loud and loud tone and pointing her fingers at Sydney Starr, because she should realize that Sydney Starr is still a man at the end of the day, and possibly could beat your ass and whip that ass, because that's a man, not a girl, and everything. So you need to chill out. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't buck at nobody. Don't yell and scream, and don't be aggressive to people, because you don't know how they're going to respond. But at the end of the day, they both got to realize that one's a man, one's a woman, so they don't need to be fighting at all, or yelling, or trying to be threatening, or at all like that. That shit is crazy. So let's check out this video of Nya Lee.
Wake up, sis. Wake the fuck up. Just because you see my baby father laying right here doesn't mean that we're back together. Nope, not at all. Just means that a bitch needed some dick. Some dick that she could trust, because these niggas out here is dirty, bitch. But, it's time to go. Hello? Get the fuck out of my house. Hello? I hit it, and now I'm ready to quit it again. Bye.
Who wants to be in the camera?
Bye. Ladies, do not let that dick confuse you, though, bitch, because the bitch about to go to the gym, handle my errands, do everything that I needed to do before and until this nigga fucking came over here and snuck his ass back up in my motherfucking life. Bye. Hello, mister. You gotta go. You don't live here. Bye. You, Mr. Under the Blanket. Nah, but for real, on a serious tip, these niggas will come in, fuck you, sis, and then you be forgetting your shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It should be good. No, we are going to be productive today. Kick that dick out, sis. Work.
She's in it to win it, let me tell you. So let's get started. Like, oh my goodness, Rich end up, telling us that, he messed up. He regret for what he did. He's been out here living he's been living a life of luxury. He's been out here chilling, chasing this one and that one, being with this young girl, that young girl, living it up, drinking, having sex in the bathroom, doing everything he can do on TV, just out here running amok. He's part of the Peep Squad. He invented the Peep Squad, but yet his daughter is at home over there in Memphis, and her mom's getting her brains knocked into the ground and getting beat up, and he has no idea. He's not communicating with his daughter. His daughter's not communicating with him. So that tells you, therefore, they need to open that line of communication, where his daughter should have felt comfortable to be able to talk to Rich about what was going on with her mama, and she didn't. And then on top of that, the daughter was actually putting pillows over her little sister's ear, so the little sister wouldn't hear the fighting and everything that was going on in the house. And Rich is crying. Rich is upset because now he knows that he done made a mistake. It's not totally his fault, but when you know that you could have prevented something, you could have changed something, or you could have made your daughter's life a lot better too as well, especially when you feel like you've been living a good life, and he feels like he's been blessed. And yes, Rich Dollaz has been blessed, and he does live a good life. But right now, everything's coming back to him. Like, you know, everything that went down with his daughter is eating him up because his daughter had to drive home, you know, her stepfather that got shot by the mother to the hospital. That's very traumatic. That's like life changing. That's a situation that the daughter might not ever come back from. She's going to have PTSD. So she needs to sit down with a therapist. And then knowing that her mother can go to jail and face time. And then her mother not keeping it real and telling her that, yo, listen, I can do time and act like, you know, just praying is going to be okay. You got to do a lot more. So that was just sad to see too as well. And then we got Joe Budden, he's crying and everything because basically, you know, he didn't want to be, he believes that this is his second chance around to be a great father, to be a good father, because he wasn't a great father with his first child because him and the baby's mother did not get along. So they didn't have a good relationship. So now he sees that him and Cyn's relationship is turning towards that way, and he feels really bad because he doesn't want to neglect, and he doesn't not want to be a part of his son's Alex's life, you know, like he wasn't a part of his older child's life. And it brings back pain and hurt and an emotional type of, you know, feeling for him that, you know, he's failing again because it's not working out with the woman. It doesn't have to work out with the woman for order for you to be a part of your child's life. You know, sometimes you just got to dibble in and dabble out, you know, get in where you fit in sometimes. So, and then Cyn actually expressed that, you know, we found out last episode that the reason why she didn't want a nanny because she was molested. And so now we deal with that issue too as well. I was just like, damn. And then we get on to Yandy and her adopted daughter, Infinity. Like, this is like real serious. You know, there's two sides to a story, and then there's the truth, and we have the mother saying one side of the story about Infinity, and then we have Infinity saying her side of the story. If Yandy actually wants to find out if actually Infinity was in foster care and all that other stuff, she can actually do the records. She can check and see how long she was in foster care by dealing with her social worker, her counselor, or doing some research to find out who's actually telling the truth. And maybe, but the parents would have to give a release for her to actually, or the state would have to give a release to, you know, Yandy to read her documentation, being with counselors, social workers, group homes, because all that information you are privy to, the state can grant you that, especially if you're trying to adopt a child, because you need to know the background and the history of the child that you are bringing into your home where you have other children. Then we have Judy. Judy got something to do. You know, Yandy loves her some Mendices because she still got Judy on the show. Judy was like, I don't like this. I don't know who she is, some grown-ass kid. With my grandkids, they need to be protected. And did you talk to the other foster parents? Did you talk to her mother? Did you do your due diligence, Yandy, before you bring this stranger? I was like, Judy, there you go. And Judy was all bucking and smiling too. Judy's a trip. So we have that situation, and there's two sides to the story and the truth. I'm gonna go with Infinity side of the story because I'm just going to go with Infinity side of the story. The mom just looked like she could have been at home drunk and she was with Bubba in the bed while Infinity was coming home from school cooking and cleaning and shit. So I'm going to go with Infinity side of the story. I'm going to rock with Infinity on this. Straight up and down. I'm going to rock with her. And the way that she talks and the way that she carry herself. And the reason why I think she ran is because she felt like maybe her mother was going to mess up the opportunity to be with Yandy, to be somewhere she wanted to be. Because if Infinity had a bad relationship with her moms and shit like that, she would feel like her mom would be trying to come into the picture and, you know, basically get Yandy not to adopt or have Yandy change her mind about stories that she might say about her. So that, hey, what's up, Chief Disaster? How you doing? I'm good. It's cold. It's freezing out here. It is ice, baby. Go. Ice. It's cold. It's frozen. You can't even walk outside. It's like a skating ring out here in these streets. It's like a skating ring. So with that situation, I think it's all good. It's all good. I think Yandy has made a good decision by, you know, getting Infinity and all that other good stuff. And Infinity just ran because she felt like her mother was going to mess up a good opportunity for her and actually have love and stuff like that. So she got scared. She was in fear. She was angry, and she probably also felt, Yandy, why would you want to go talk to her? She's the devil, you know what I mean? That's how she felt. She's young, she's still a child, and she's had a traumatic life. And so Yandy can get all the documents and find out. Because before you adopt a child, become a foster parent, you read their file, you read what's going on. And so far, Infinity's doing good in school. She's well behaved. She helps out Yandy. So she's a good kid. She just needs some guidance, and she needs somebody to love her. Like she said, she want a meal when she comes home. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to have a meal. And what's up, Chief Disaster? Check out Chief Disaster page. Follow him. He's on peace, love, and happiness and joy all day, every day. So, I was just like, damn, infinity. But Yandy, the rule of things, if you gonna adopt, your hair can't look better than your child's hair. Your child's hair has to be looking better than yours, and then, or both of y'all hair look good together. You can't have yours done and I have hers done. That's not cool, especially when she's staying with you now, because you are seeking temporary custody of her. So she has a temporary residential placement with you at this time and point. So let's get back on to so Yandy is, she got some legal rights right now. Infinity's staying with her. Infinity's happy. And basically Infinity's happy that an adult finally came through and did something they was going to do. And when the heat got in the kitchen, when the fire was all over the place, when the oil was shimmering and it was just hot and smoked out, Yandy stayed in and she made sure she got the rights, and she got the little girl Infinity at her crib. Infinity's happy, but Yandy said there's some rules. You're going to have to, pick your cup and your bowl up out the sink and put it in the dishwasher, wash it your damn self. Because I ain't going to be no maid to no grown-ass child. But I thought it was cute. And I think they do have a good relationship. So it's all good. So we have that situation. And so then we have, now we get on to Joe. Joe is having he's having a counseling section with Dr. Cyn. And Joe's been on Dr. Cyn marriage therapy on VH1. And that show was so funny when Joe was on it, because he was outsmarting the doctor so much that it was so crazy. But anyways, so she's there, and Joe's just basically talking about how Cyn was everything. Cyn was his world. She was his dime piece. She was his ride or die chick. She was right next to him. Then the baby came. He thought it was his second chance to be a great father. And then boom, Cyn started having these emotional things, and she started having postpartum depression. That's alleged. The doctor says Cyn doesn't have postpartum depression. She just has anxiety. She has aggressive issues because she hasn't dealt with being molested. Now we found out that Cyn was molested by a woman. See, there's not only men that molest, women molest too as well. And that's why she don't want a nanny, and she don't want to leave Alex alone with anybody, because she had them trust issues and she wants to protect him. I remember in a lot of my videos I was telling you guys that one of my best friends, she's Dominican, and only the aunts and the adults can actually change the baby diaper. They don't let outside people change their baby diaper, and they don't let the males, change the baby's diaper. But in Cyn's case, it wouldn't matter, because it was actually a female that actually, took advantage of her. So I was just like, damn. And Cyn, she hasn't got through that. She was 5 years old when this happened, and she really hasn't had closure. She didn't even tell her mother about it. I was like, damn, you didn't tell your mother what happened to you, but yet you let your mother babysit your child. How do you trust your mother? You can tell Joe, the guy you sleeping with, your baby daddy, soon to be your fiance, but you ain't gonna tell your mother about what happened to you? Like, why? What's going on? You told 3 people, but not your mom. Then you letting your mom, tell your mom so she can be overly careful with Alex when she's watching him, or if she's in his custody, because what if a stranger comes over, somebody you don't know, to her house and want to change your baby diaper? Let your mom in on a secret, but your mom knows a secret now. She knows what's going on. I was just like, damn. So hey, what's up, Hearts of Gold Croissants? I think I can't really see it because it's all breaking up. But hey, what's up? Thank you so much for coming through. Check out Hearts of Gold Croissants. Check out her channel. She cooks really good food. She cooks healthy food. She cooks that healthy stuff. And it's actually, things that you can actually learn too as well. She does juicing, good stuff, makes good food. I be like, damn, I need her at my house to cook. Homegirl be throwing it down. She be making me hungry, yo. So getting back to the story, so it seems like Cyn, Cyn hasn't, so the doctor Dr. Cyn is actually saying that Cyn is not suffering from postpartum depression, her anxiety and everything, because Joe's not around. He's busy. He's working. She don't want to leave the child at home alone. And Cyn, like, you know, she don't want to be trapped. She feels like she's trapped. How are you trapped? Let me tell, what the fuck would you be doing if you didn't have Joe's baby right now, or your baby right now? You know what you'll be doing? You'll be following Joe around to all the engagements that he's going through, and you'll be, you'll be his eye candy on his shoulder, because it doesn't seem like you have any goals or you're looking forward to doing anything else. It's not like you need a nanny, because right now you don't know what you want to do. You say you want to work on music, but Joe criticized you, but I don't know what else you would be doing, because before, you had the baby, you was everywhere Joe went, you was with him. And plus you was partying, you had the nightlife, and you was having a good time. Now you're 25, about to be 26. You got a child now. And she was like, I don't want to be trapped. If you didn't want to be trapped, you've been using birth control pills, and you would have had a condom on, girl. Come on, miss me with all that bullshit. Trapped doing what? I think that she doesn't have the freedom. She thinks that she's still young. She is young, but she thinks like in a childlike mind that she can be out here still partying. Now, when you have a little baby at home, yeah, if you have a nanny, if you trust a nanny, and you don't trust a nanny, you don't trust somebody watch your kids. So you got to work on building that trust to have somebody watch your child too as well. And then, like you said, you got to get them nanny cams. But it doesn't seem like Cyn has any goals that she really wants to do yet. Once she finds out what she wants to do and where she wants to go in life, I think it'll help the relationship much more, because her identity is Joe's identity. Joe's the famous one. He's a celebrity. He's the one who's making all this money. He's the one that's making her relevant too. And if she wouldn't be on the show if she wasn't with Joe, you know what I mean? Last time she was on this show, she was with Erica Mena. So, her identity has always been connected to somebody. So I think now she's probably trying to figure out what is her identity and what she wants to do. And the closest things that she can think of in her mind is music. So we'll see where she goes here from there. And then Joe totally cried. He broke down because he don't want to be a bad father. He wants to be a good father, but he see it headed in this direction. He doesn't see Cyn as the same person that she once was, because she was supportive. She was there for him, but she can't be supportive and be there for him, because now she's struggling through her own issues, and her own issues is, probably having this baby really brought out the issues of her being molested. And so now wanting to protect her child from being raped or being molested, that's an even bigger fear, that probably something that she has buried inside of her, and now it's up. It done came up, because now she's want to make sure nobody touches her child too as well. And then knowing the fears of, I can't trust nobody watch my child. So right now they're having a perfect hurricane, but we know everything works out between Joe and Cyn, because he proposed to her. They're engaged, and it would be nice if we didn't know that. That way we could be like, oh, there's really something going on. But no, we don't have that. So whatever. So we have that situation, and we'll see how it works out. But at the end, it's gonna work out. Basically, Cyn said she don't let nobody change her baby diaper or anything like that. She don't let nobody do anything like that when it comes to her son Alex, and she has to deal with them issues. And Joe has to be more understanding too as well, when, like the doctor said, when she's going through her anxiety and she's getting nervous and she's feeling that depressed, he just gotta hug her, hold her hand, and let her know that she's not by herself, because she feels like she's by herself and protecting Alex and trying to protect her emotions too as well. And then not having that identity, so now she has to figure out what is her identity, because it was fun and games running around with Joe. But now, what am I want to do? Because Joe has taken off, where she can't be there in the studio with him all the time or anything like that. And he has to have a clear mind sometimes, and he has to clear his mind from his child, his his fiance, and focus on work and how he's going to do it and venture. And so now she has to come up with her own identity. And I think she's in crisis with that too as well. My opinion, just an opinion, my friends, my peeps, my peoples, just an opinion. Hey, what's up, Purple Gang? Just an opinion. And so, moving on from that situation, we get Sydney Starr. Sydney Starr meets up in a bar with Jonathan. Jonathan's back on that shit. He's in the bar. He's in the bar drinking, which he shouldn't be drinking if he's trying to come off and not mixing his pills with his alcohol. And then on top of that, when Sydney Starr was like, I want to be Cardi B. He was like, do you got Cardi B's talent? He was like, well, show me something. Get on top of the bar. Let the bar be your stage. Jonathan was wrong for that. So Sydney Starr gets on the stage. stage and she starts to shaking it, doing her thing and rapping, which is really still terrible. And then Jonathan acts to suck Sydney Starr's nipples. I was like, OMG, what's really going on? What's happening in the building? What's happening? What's going on? And so Jonathan really sucks Sydney Starr's, nipples. Everything Jonathan did in that scene, he's back on that shit. The producers told him, you need to be on that shit, Jonathan. Jonathan was a mess. Sydney Starr was like, it's going terrible in New York. They don't like my style. Nya Lee doesn't like my style. Rich Dollaz not feeling my music. Jacquees not feeling my rap. They're not feeling me. So Sydney Starr started twerking it, and she let Jonathan go down on her nipples. I was just like, oh, this is too much. You guys are really trying to make a moment. I don't blame you because this shit is boring. So moving on from that situation, when Jonathan said, we ain't got time for this. We're not doing this today. We're not doing this. When he heard Sydney Starr rap, he was like, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. No, we are not doing this. I thought that shit was so funny. And so now we get on to Rich Dollaz. He meets up with his moms, basically. He's going through some things. He's going through some bullshit. Shit is hitting him. Like, reality just smacked this shit out of Rich in the face. Smacked him this way in the motherfucking face. It just smacked him in the face. Reality done hit him. He done met up with his mama. And he told his mama what's going on. His, children's mother, Ashley, basically, she's facing attempted murder. Been dropped down to aggravated assault because she shot her husband. Her daughter had to drive, her stepfather to the hospital, and the daughter's been hearing her mother get abused and then fighting, covering her ears up at night, covering up her little sister ears up at night. Rich Dollaz's old daughter Ashley, she's in college too as well, and it's such a traumatic situation because Ashley, which is the daughter, might lose her mother, Miracle and shit like that. And so the mom's is like, Rich, you should know what's going on. Why don't you fly them down here? Why you in this situation? It's not gonna work itself out. This is not a prayer moment. This is get the family together moment and see what we gonna do. See how we gonna bring out this situation. See how we can help. Your daughter went through that bullshit and you haven't talked to her. Rich was like, nah, she hasn't called me. And the mother was like, yo, she's a child. You're supposed to reach out to her. You're the fucking adult. This ain't a Rich Dollaz situation. This ain't, oh, it'll work out when it'll work out when it work out. You got to step up and you got to be the man. I was like, go mama, go mama, go mama. And Rich was like, shit. And then it didn't hit him again. And then Rich was like, he got his children mother Miracle and his daughter Ashley on a first plane smoking to New York, basically. I was like, damn it is a sad situation thinking about your mama going to jail and being locked up. And then it's aggravated assault. She shot somebody with a gun. Who knows? Even though the husband is not pressing charges, it's like, yo, that shit is scary because who wants their mother to go to jail? Who thinks their mother can survive in jail? Who wants their mother to be in that type of predicament? And especially since Ashley, this is her first year in college, that's a hard situation. That's a lot to weigh on her too as well. Her mother, pending time behind bars, especially when her mother come from a Christian, religious, type of background. Then on top of that, she had to drive this man that was shot to the freaking hospital, which is her stepfather. She needs Rich all day, every day. He should have been flew her down. He shouldn't have waited till he got on TV. He should have took care of business a long time ago. But who's to say he didn't take care of business and it just refilming it? Because we know, some of the times that Yandy had already, I believe Yandy had already adopted Infinity, and some of these scenes are reenactments. Some of the scenes are reenactments. So who's to say that? So I was just like, damn, Rich Dollaz. And Rich don't know what to do. Rich is like, damn, because even though the daughter's grown, he knows how it's going to affect his daughter. And the daughter and Ashley, the children's mother has been the backbone. She's been the father and the daddy. Rich just been sending money through or whatever. And Rich comes through every now and then. But, the daughter heavily depends on her mother. And so Rich is just like, he's up shit creek. Ain't nothing really he can do. So I was just like, damn, man, this is a bad situation all the way around. And never be in a, if you're in a situation, if you're in a relationship where you gotta hit and you gotta fight and someone's hitting you, run, leave, go, ain't nothing worth it. But you know what? I would be homeless before I live in a house where someone's beating on me and hitting me. Like, you got to get your own money. You have to be independent. You have to be able to have an escape route. You need to have money in the bank saved up. You need to know shelters. First of all, the first time they put their hand on you, it's a no-go. Let's go. Let's bounce. Don't give it a second chance. Don't give it a third chance. Just leave, because you're putting your child in that dangerous situation. So now, Ashley has to deal with this. She didn't sign up for her mom to marry this abusive guy, but now she has to live through this abuse while her mother's living through this abuse. So it's not only the mom getting abused, it's the daughter being abused too as well. Man or woman, any relationship to you in that you got to hit somebody, you get physically upset and you want to hit them, or they try to hit you, or they act like they're going to hit you, leave, because before long it's not going to be acting. Nobody is worth that. You got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will, and you'll find somebody out there to love you. But first, before you can find out that somebody to love you or want to be there for you, you got to love yourself first. And loving yourself first is getting yourself out of a dangerous situation with you and your kids. There are shelters out here. There's somewhere you can go, because there's no way you should put a child through that type of situation because you feel like this motherfucker's going to change or this female's going to change. No way. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you know what? You're going to end up getting tired and you're going to end up pulling the trigger. And that's what she did. She pulled the trigger and now she's facing charges. And she's probably still with this man. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. And she got a little girl that's watching this go on. It's just sad. Like, this is real shit. This is real sad. And like, yo, please get out of abusive relationship. It ain't gonna work. Life is too short. There's so many beautiful things this world can offer, and so many beautiful things you can offer yourself by respecting yourself and making sure you take care of yourself and don't let anybody hurt you. So moving on from that, that's just like a whole nother situation. I was just like, damn. And like, it's sad. And then the mom doesn't want to tell, her daughter the truth, which is Miracle. Miracle don't want to tell Ashley the truth. So they meet up at Rich's house, and Rich was like, yo, Ashley got to know the truth. So Richard and, Miracle, they actually go outside and talk on the balcony, and she tells him that, she's supposed to be going for a plea deal. She thinks that she's not getting any time. It seems like she doesn't know anything about her court case, or she's not trying to say too much about her court case on TV, but she's saying she's supposed to go for a plea deal, but she's not going to do any time. But how are you going to go for a plea deal, not do any time? You think you're going to get probation, even though it's your first time around? No, honey, you black. You are black, so they're going to give you time. Even if it's a domestic violence situation and you're trying to defend yourself and all that other stuff, you still black. So we have that situation. He was like, so they're going to offer you a plea deal. You're going to say no, and then we're going to have to go to trial. I'm going to help you. I'm going to have to, empty out the bank account to make sure you have a proper defense. But Ashley needs to know what's going on with her mother so she won't be in limbo, thinking about what can happen, because how is she going to concentrate? So they end up telling Ashley everything, that the mother might be facing charges. She's going to go for a plea deal. She doesn't like the plea deal. They're going to go to trial. And so Ashley was like, yo, this hurts. Like, I can't tell you how much pain I'm in. Like, I thought the little things didn't matter when he was smacking and hitting her upside the head and they were arguing. But she goes, now to look at it, all of it matters. All of it hurts so bad. So now you got this young, beautiful girl that's in college, and she's just trying to get along with everybody else. And now she has all these emotional disturbance, or things that are going to disturb her unless she gets help too as well, and try to fit into a high pace, fast action in college. And nobody cares. Your teacher don't care, your guidance counselor, your advisor, none of these people care about what you go through, what's happening in your life or whatever. And then on top of that, we found out that she did have financial aid, but since her stepfather and her mom, filed differently, she had 45 minutes, so she's going to be kicked out of college. And so she called Rich. Rich came through and he paid the college tuition. So this whole situation that the mom put herself in, and it totally affects her daughter and her older daughter in so many ways. And that's why Rich is taking ownership for the bullshit, because he should have been there. He should have been knowing what's going on. He should have been checking in. He should have been, pinching for information. And he was like, Rich said, if I was still in Memphis, if I was still around, this shit would have happened. We'll still be together. So Rich is having a lot of regret too, because he wasn't vigilant. He wasn't there. So ain't nothing you can do but pick up the pieces and keep it moving and keep it going. It's a sad situation, because this is actually like mad real. So I was just like, damn. So moving on from that situation, we keep it going. And so then we have, I was just like, damn. So then we have Jonathan. Jonathan's actually going to have a makeup tutorial. He's going to have a bunch of people like basically teaching a makeup class, and he's going to have Nya Lee as his test subject, basically as his, he's going to be putting makeup on her. She's going to be his little statue. She's going to be his little mannequin. You know what I mean? So we have that situation going on, and then Nya Lee's there. Her makeup looks okay, but the wigs are way too much. And so then we have Sydney Starr that comes in, and basically Nya Lee was like, "Oh, what you got on? You don't got on the clothes that I asked you to wear. I gave you." She was like, "Yes, I do got on the clothes that you gave me. I just changed it up." She was like, "Nah, that ain't the clothes that I gave you." She was like, "Yeah, I just, messed it up." And Nya Lee, "Well, no, you've effed up everything. You F up everything." So, Nya Lee was like, "Oh, you F up everything," or whatever. So that's some bullshit to say to somebody, saying you fucked up everything in a public, place or whatever. I'm just like, and then that's when, Sydney was just jumping at her, and Sydney shouldn't be jumping at a woman like that. She should just walk away too as well, because if you get over there to her, you know that you're stronger and you can actually hurt Nya. You shouldn't be raising your voice and yelling and pointing your fingers at somebody, because I know your mama told you not to point your fingers at people, and people told you not to point. And basically be aggressive too as well, because that's a man that you yelling at, and you can get hurt, you can get beat down. So I don't believe in violence. No woman hit no man, and no man hit no woman, and they got to realize their roles in this situation, the gender roles in the situation, that Nya, you can get effed up. So don't act like you can beat Sydney Starr and all this other stuff. She's built to be stronger than you. She was birthed to be stronger than you. So don't get it twisted. You might got some hands, but don't mean that you can beat a man. So we have this situation. So watch how you talk to people. Watch how you address people. Address people with some fucking respect. Like, I don't go around yelling and screaming at people. Or if you're upset with somebody, you're going to just start yelling. No, you have a conversation. You have a discussion. You converse. You don't yell and scream and say, hurtful things to somebody's character too as well. So it is what it is. And then Jonathan was like, "You better chill out. You better chill out, Sydney. Don't do that. Don't do that." And Nya Lee was like, "If I was the old Nya Lee, if you was the old Nya Lee, you would have got beat down. You would have got beat down. Don't put your hands on no man. You would have got beat down." Nya Lee was like, "Keep bucking. Buck. I was like, "You better chill out. You better watch out. You don't do no shit like that. Like, just let it be." So Nya Lee's making all her threats, whatever. I ain't threatening no man. I ain't trying to fight no man. I ain't trying to fight nobody. Listen, I just want to be safe. I just want to be cool. You know what? If I have to make phone calls, I'll make phone calls. But I ain't trying to fight no dude. I ain't trying to get up in no dude face and trying to fight no dude. I already know a dude's stronger than me. You know what I'm saying? But if I have to defend myself, yeah, but I'm going to do everything possible. I will leave the situation. I don't need to be big and bad in front of nobody, because when I get beat up and you guys post it on Instagram and it goes viral, I'm going to be the laughing stock. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to leave. I already know this is not a fight I should be trying to win unless I'm packing. And if I'm packing, it's still not a fight I'm trying to win, because why have this headache? Why go through this? If somebody's disrespecting you or they're rude to you, you say, "Excuse me, I'm ghost." You leave, or you just walk away, because when somebody disrespect you with their words and they're yelling and screaming at you, I ain't no child. I'm an adult. Peace. I'm out. See you later. So we have that situation. I was just like, damn. Then we have Joe. He meets up with, Remy Ma and Papoose. They have that situation. It's going down. And Joe was like, "We with the Mackies. And then, Remy was like, "I wish I could say the Buttons, So basically they talk about their situation. We find out that Joe tried to set up a date night with, Cyn. He tried to surprise her and everything like that. He put the candles out. He had his son with the grandmother, and Cyn was out at the club. She was partying and she was dancing, and by the time she got home, Joe was sleeping because she said he was too old. She keeps throwing that old button. When he says you too young, you're gonna feel a certain type of way. And so basically they got to work on spending more time together with each other and coordinate it better. And then Papoose was like, "You guys should get married," and Joe was like, "Check," but we know they are engaged. So it is what it is. And so we got Yandy with her situation with Infinity. She meets up with Infinity's mother. When she meets up with Infinity's mother, she finds out that she has 6 kids. And basically Infinity went to go live with her grandmother, but she didn't follow the grandmother's rules. And Infinity was sneaking out the house, coming back at 2 or 3 in the morning. Same thing at her grandmother's house. And that she just went to, children's services or whatever. And she kind of got a bad attitude and all this other stuff. That's what the mom says about Infinity. So Infinity is with Yandy's assistant, and she finds out that Yandy went to go meet with her mother and go talk to her mother. So Infinity feeling like, oh no, they don't spoiled it for me. And so she jumps out the car running, and she runs away. Yandy's calling for her, looking for her. Infinity shows up. Infinity was like, why you beat me with my mama? And then Yandy was like, don't you think I owe your mother this? And Blase in the third. And she was like, and your mother must have did something right by you. Look at you, you're a good student. My mother had nothing to do with that. She was laid up in the bed drunk and come home drunk. I had adult responsibilities. I had to do this. I had to do that. And blah, blah, blah. Blase in the third. Basically, so Yandy will read the reports and she'll find out if the young girl's telling the truth or not. So anyways, at this point, Yandy said, nothing is going to deter me for being your foster mother or adopting you. And you know what? I love you. We love each other. They hugged each other. And basically, Infinity was just scared. And I just think she needed a shot. I don't think in looking at her mom, maybe she does have some good words and advice, but she has some demons. And she has some addictive demons. And she has some issues with males. And being stabled. But you know what? She did speak well about her daughter and slight little bad about her daughter, but she did come on the show and meet up with Yandy. I don't know if Yandy paid them or whatever, but it is what it is. Yandy did adopt Infinity, I believe. Peace. I'm out. One love. You guys tell me what you think about the episode. Love and Hip Hop New York. It's not all that anymore. Peace. I'm out. One love to my peeps and my peoples.